The Monmouth Saturday $100 budget edition of the Notorious OTB on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Edge Boost, the bank account built for bettors. Sign up today at edgeboost.bet with promo code SGPN and get a free Refs Are Terrorists t-shirt. Claim your shirt at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/refs. Welcome, everybody, to the Notorious OTB, brought to you by the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. And, folks, as always,
it's all good, baby. It was all a dream.
We used to read Blood Horse magazine. I got my Cuban links on.
Yes, Cuban B.
And I'm your host, Chase Sessoms, the Wolf of Oaklawn.
I'd rather be trapped than lazy. Don't care what they say, I'ma do what pays me.
It happens every year about this time. Weaklings act like they lost their mind. Alphas reclaim the neighborhood. Rob the sheep and all the wolves eat good. Oh!
Yes. Welcome to the show. Joining me as always, you might know him as the Michelangelo of the Crying Michael Jordan. He is your favorite capper's favorite capper. Ladies and gentlemen, Barry the Sniper Spears.
Hey, don't rub on that. You block that. You understand? That's alpaca. That's $25,000 alpaca. You block that shit. Right. You don't rubble. Put the club soda on there.
What's good, Barry? You're muted, by the way.
Can't forget the club soda. The club soda no. Key. That's the key to the whole thing.
Salt also really good for getting stains out of certain rugs and carpets.
I thought it was peroxide, but what do I do?
We're sharing cleaning tips because Barry and I, of course, picked up around here because we have company joining us. That's right. Friend of the show, Paddock Analyst in Monmouth Park, Australian, just awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, Crystal Conning. Crystal! There we go. What's up, Crystal?
Hi, how are you guys?
Doing well. So you shared something with me before we started that Barry's going to be very interested in. Tell him who you are going to see for your birthday.
K-Dot, Monday night.
What? Yes, that's what's up.
It's going to be a good time. I can't wait.
Guess where?
Meadowlands?
Hershey, Pennsylvania.
What?
Down near Penn National.
What a world.
You can't script that any better for horse racing, to be honest.
Right?
That's what I'm talking about. Well, guys, let's go ahead. Let's dive into today's topic. It's Friday, and you're getting the rare Friday big show. As is tradition, we're going to take a look at a Saturday card and give you our wagers with a $100 budget. We're looking at Crystal Stomping Grounds, Monmouth. It's no coincidence that she's here. We try to turn a profit at the Jersey Shore for Haskell Preview Day, featuring, I guess, the Salvatore Mile. We're talking, Monmouth Park, Saturday, the 14th of June, year of our Lord, 2025. Post time for the card, 12:30 p.m. Eastern, 11:30 a.m. God's time, 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. Out on the Pacific Coast. You play any race, any wager type, whatever makes that cash money. Crystal, did you have any just thoughts on this card?
Yeah, I'm a little worried about some of the stakes. A lot of the horses are cross-entered at Delaware on Saturday. So, especially the Pegasus. I'm a little worried about that race kind of falling apart on us. And they're predicting rain again. It's just like a Saturday thing in Jersey. Just rains on Saturdays.
Nice.
Yeah. So, really hoping we can stay on the turf because the turf stakes are pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. Barry, thoughts?
Good card as long as everything holds up. Like she said, if those grass races come off, it might ruin things a little bit, but I'm got my fingers crossed, hoping everything stays on because these are really good competitive races.
All right. Well, we're just about to dive in, but real quick, remember, get all your free picks and podcasts for the Stanley Cup, College Baseball World Series, and NBA Finals on the SGPN app. Get it wherever you get your apps. Remember to check out our friends, the Sure Betties at SureBetCoffee.com. They'd sure appreciate it if you picked up a bag of their Breakaway Bold. Remember, $1 of every bag sold goes to Equine Aftercare.
It's time to fuck shit up with Sure Bet in your cup.
That only took 2 takes, Crystal, believe it or not.
Really?
2. I was in the pocket, too, just feeling the groove. All right, let's kick it off. Barry, you're leading it off today, race 3 with a daily double. That's 5.5 furlongs on the turf, a $47,000 maiden special weight race. What are you doing here?
So I'm going to kick this off with a daily double. I'm going to use 2 horses in this race, as I think this race is kind of straightforward, to be honest with you. The favorite, the 3-horse Finkel, I'm not really too sure about in this spot. This horse just, kind of got out to the lead and faded against a horse in Master Mule that kind of led him all the way. There's some others with the same kind of running style. So I don't believe that horse is going to get the trip that they want, ideally, kind of a lone lead sort of deal. There's a lot of horses in here with some speed. So I think that'll go a long way if you can pass horses. My top pick would be number 9, Virtuosity. Has some pedigree as far as the turf goes, and has shown to pass horses. In the last race, May 26th at Prescott Downs, this horse kind of sat off the pace, made one run, ran pretty good. Second time out, I think the progression is going to go up. Stands a good shot in this race. I'm also going to use the 7, Bob Moe, who's arguably, you could say, this horse's best races have come around one turn, albeit at 7 furlongs. This horse showed speed last time, first off the bench since February. I think this horse can sit off it a little bit. They probably won't want to be like directly on the lead unless they find themselves there. But I think Bob Moe stands a really good shot in this race. Those races at Gulfstream were a little bit better than what they're facing on Saturday.
All right, so we headed into race 4, 8 furlongs, $16,000 optional claimer on the dirt. We've all got action here, but Barry, first, how are you closing out your daily double?
Yeah, I'm going to use the 1 right there. I feel lucky tonight. This horse seems to be the goods, as they say in the business. Not many horses can do what this one can, at least in this race, and that's basically get to the lead and not look back. I don't really foresee them really messing around too much to be off the pace because of the 1 post, but stranger things have happened. But I think this horse stands out.
All right, there we go. That's how he wraps up his daily double. I'll go ahead and dive in. I've got a win bet here in race 4. I'm going to go to the 2, Cupid's Dude at 7-2 here. Something I've been doing really well with since Belmont last week has been picking my spots with low and early speed. Barry can attest to this. And the number 2, Cupid's Dude at 7-2 looks like the controlling speed in this race for Sammy Camacho on this Juan Avila horse. There's a strong chance that this track comes up wet, and if that's the case, I think that Cupid's Dude has a big edge. Only missing the exacta once and winning twice over sloppy tracks in 4 efforts. I mean, it's pretty simple. When the pace is slow, then Cupid's Dude performs very well, and I think that's what we get today, and Cupid's Dude cruises on the front end. We won't even leave the window after we place this one. We'll just kind of mill about until it goes official and collect our win bet on Cupid's Dude. So that's my play. $10 to win Cupid's Dude. Crystal, you've also got a win bet. You're throwing the big 2-5, $25 at it. What are you doing here?
I used both of these horses that you guys have just spoken about underneath. I landed on Denying as my top choice in here for Derek Ryan. This has been like a sort of predominantly turf horse. He's had 22 of his 35 career outs on the dirt, on the grass, sorry. But he's won a couple of times on the dirt. and his win 2 starts back there in that off turf effort, although not the toughest field. He did it pretty nicely, and he put away a horse called English Painter, who's come back and won 2 more in easier spots, but ran high 70 buyers. So that horse is okay. And there's been about 20 people in to claim that horse the last couple of times it's ran. So I think beating a horse like that on the dirt, 2 back there with that 81 buyer, I think he can be tough. And the 5th horse in that race, 2 back, also came back and ran second for the $22,000 tag with the 78 buyer. So he ran against some okay dirt horses in that effort as well. So, and another one as well, especially if we do come off the turf and we have a wet track. This horse has showed that he can handle the rain affected going.
Whew, we got a lot of opinions in this race. It sounds like don't worry, guys. We've pretty well got it fucking surrounded at this point. All right, we move on to race 6. My next play comes out of race 6. We've got 6 furlongs, $15,000. Non-winners of 1 something. I'm not here to read your fucking conditions. New Jersey bred.
I was steep raised. You think I'm scared to catch a case on some bullshit?
Optional claiming on the dirt. I got another $10 win, and I am going to the number 7, Go Irish, 5-2, Belmont Superstar, Gina Antonucci. Fun name to say. Listen, I'm fucking 40 now, man, and I've had enough. Like, yeah, I think almost every sprint race will fall apart on the front end. And I've been catching shots from one of the noted bullies and bad guys in the sport, Matthew DeSantis, for it. But fuck, that's a stereotype.
You want to see me kick some ass? I do fucking karate. You want to fucking
I don't fucking karate, man. So, but I'm going to take a horse here that's going to be towards the front, if not on the front in this race, and straight up win betting it. I'm dropping the 10 on Go Irish here because I think that you might get a little bit of a price. Let me be clear. I'm not sure there are going to be fantastic win odds anywhere on this card Saturday. We'll see whenever the betting starts. But the reason I say that is we might get a little bit of a price. With the likelihood of 6 Poggy taking money because it's had a win over a wet surface, which I anticipate this being, of course. Go Irish, 0 for 1 on the wet surface. However, he's got Curlin on the top line and More Than Ready on the bottom line. In fact, his sire, Irish War Cry by Curlin, hits it at 18% clip on wet dirt tracks, which is above the 14% average for all sires. The one sloppy track performance is ugly looking, but look at the comments and see that this horse got a horrendous start. So you just draw a line through that one. I thought it was one of the 3 early speeds on the front end of the pace that I could take that could take it, and it might be the one that can sit, just off stalking in the wide, clear from any kickback and push past. So I'm going to go with the win bet in race 6, the number 7, Go Irish. Barry, you start off a daily double here that stretches into race 7. What are you doing for race 6 though?
Yep, we got a $10 daily double going. I'm using 2 horses in race 6. I thought this race had a lot of speed in it. Island Spirit, the 1, Midnight Story, and probably JJ Valentin to set it up for the stablemate. Actually, the stablemate's not in. But the outside horse, Dr. Doyle, probably is going to go. Go Irish will probably have to get involved early. So that leaves some options here as far as who can sit off the pace a little bit and finish. I'm going to use the 5 Optical Bijou. This horse has been running a way better company. Went long on the grass last time, and that certainly isn't what this horse wants to do. Gets back to sprinting on the dirt at the level. I think this horse fits very, very well. You can see the horse finished second twice, a third, actually 2/3 at the level, and this horse definitely fits. We're going to use also the 6 Poggy for the same reasons. This horse definitely fits at this level. Was running last year in optional claimer 30,000 Sape Red, and this is half that price. Had a nice comebacker at Penn National. Fits very, very well here, so we're going to use the 5 and the 6 to start our double.
Dennis Trusty on my side. Fortunately, he hasn't called me ugly yet today. Why does he keep calling me ugly? I don't get it. I'm beautiful. Anywho, he likes Irish, the 7 go Irish like I do here. Barry, you stretch it into race 7, 8 furlongs, 12,500 claiming on the turf. How are you closing out your double?
I'm closing out my double with a now or never horse in number 2, Dracon. I think this is the lowest spot this horse could possibly be in and be able to win. The figures back it up. This horse's, speed figures, at least in the past year or two, kind of towers over these, especially the class. The last time ran on the synthetic, which probably isn't this horse's best trip. Gets blinkers on for this, gets top rider and Sammy Marin. If this horse doesn't win on Saturday, I don't think this horse will ever win again, to be honest with you. So we're going to take the shot with number 2, Dracon, in race 7 to finish out the double.
There we go. I like the single to finish out the double there. Way to go. Let's find James Brown. Where is he? Yes.
Yes, I'm out. I'm singing. I want to mingle.
You want to mingle?
Yeah.
There we go. That is Barry's race 6, race 7 daily double. Of course, we have more plays for you, but real quick, got to get a word in from our good friends at Edge Boost. Edge Boost is the first ever bank account built for bettors, ensuring all gambling transactions are approved. No usage fees, no minimums, earn cashback rewards, 100% approval for all betting deposits. Sign up today at edgeboost.bet with promo code SGPN. And last week, to sign up and get a free Refs Are Terrorists t-shirt, go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/refs to claim your free shirt. And don't forget about the Circa Ultimate Fantasy Football giveaway. Listen, your 12-person league, you get a crazy draft experience at Circa. They give you, from what I can tell, fucking far too much alcohol for free. It's really fun. You'll get a limo ride from the airport. It's a $5,000 tab for stadium swim and a whole hotel stay for you and your 11 league mates. Enter the Ultimate Fantasy Football contest for free at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/circa. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/CIRCA. And if you excuse me, I have to get a brief rehydration interlude in.
You know what? I'm the biggest star here, man. That's the way it is.
You tell him, Dirk. All right, we're back, and what are we doing? Barry and I are giving out free picks.
And I make nothing. Zero. Zilch. By the time I pay all my scientists, all my people in my research department, lab coats, it's a wash. Well, why you do it then, baby Billy? Well, because I'm selfless.
Just because we're selfless. All right, my next play comes out of race 8. The 8-9 stretch is where like the meat of my plays come in here. I'm going to be playing a $10 exacta and a $10 daily double in race 8, 8.5 furlongs, $150,000 Pegasus Stakes on the dirt. The $10 exacta is ice cold 3 with 8, and the daily double is ice cold 3 with 3. That's right. Not only am I singled, I'm double singled.
Now, the women love you when you get out there. Why do you think that is?
What did you say?
The women love you when you get out there.
Why is that, ladies?
Well, I'm asking you.
Huh?
So the way these stakes days at Monmouth work, if you're not familiar with the track, is Chad Brown comes in and dunks on everyone. I don't think that this changes this year. This is where the meat of my money is going to be invested. Like I say, I'm going to play the ice cold exacta, double into the Chad Brown in next race. My exacta is the number 3, Garamond at 8-5 for Chad with Pratt up. I mean, ran a game third in the Gotham. Took a huge step forward in the last $100,000 optional claimer at Aqueduct. This one on figures alone should tower over this field. And I have a feeling this regally bred Juddmonte horse will stand out, especially in the slot where this one might have one of the better wet track pedigrees out there with Uncle Mo and Tappet influences. Underneath, I'm going to use the 8 National Law, who I think could suck up for second underneath Garamond for the minors in the exacta. The morning line on National Law is 15-1, but that's almost guaranteed to come down to probably half that. And then I finish up my daily double, which was ice cold into race 9, 9 furlongs, $150,000, the Monmouth Stakes on the turf. and I am singling the 3 Redistricting. We're trying to roll the hard 6 here, 3-3 in the 8th and 9th. And, I'm just going to round up the Chad Cole double here. But I'm going to really press this opinion in the 9th. But Barry's got a win play here in the 9th. We're going to let him get into before I get into my trifecta play. Barry, what are you doing for the Monmouth Stakes?
I actually have a play in race 8.
Ooh, let's do that too.
Race 8. I thought this race wasn't as straightforward as Garamond, and also Wolf. Your application for the no chalk zone is under review currently.
That's fair. If you revoke that pass, I completely understand.
But I'm gonna go with number 4, Valentinian. They paid $1.5 million for this horse, Pletcher horse, and I think they're gonna try to get their money's worth on Saturday. This horse kind of falls into a good trip. There's a lot of speed in here. Kentucky Outlaw has a lot of speed. Garamond should be going. Wild and Crazy Night, probably National Law on the outside. So there's enough to keep this pace honest and enough to keep Valentinian in the game here. So we're going to go $30 to win on number 4, Valentinian.
I believe Marin rides Valentin.
Sammy, okay.
Yeah.
Because they had Johnny V on before, but I don't know.
I guess he's going to Delaware.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He's going to ride at Delaware instead.
I believe that might be the case for Kentucky Outlaw also.
Yes, that's what I'm hearing.
That's okay. There's enough speed.
That's probably one of those things that I could have told you yesterday, wedding center kind of things. All right. Well, you've got your win bet in the 8th. What are you doing in the 9th?
9th, got another $30 win bet on number 1, King Max. This horse ran a bang-up race December 30th, 2023 in the Fort Lauderdale. Really tough beat. Got basically bobbed by Main Event in that race. Came back in the Pegasus and probably was a little bit outclassed there. Warm Heart is definitely a nice horse. And at the time, I'm very busy. Out of the Chad Brown barn, was about to really kind of go on the scene because he went out of that race into a race at Fairgrounds and aired. And then went in the Macdarima and ran pretty good. Laid the horse off. And I think that's the key here. I think this horse runs well fresh and will get maximum effort. So, I'm totally against playing against Chad Brown this weekend at Monmouth, as you can see. So we're going to go with number 1, $30 to win on number 1, King Max to the hoop. Let's go.
Barry, I completely understand if you pull my card here because in race 9, I'm pressing my opinion on redistricting the Chad Brown here. And I'm going to play a $5 trifecta keying redistricting on top over the 128 and the 128. That's a $30 total play. So I mentioned while rounding out my double that I was single to the 3. I figure this is probably the chalk. And if you have chalk, you need to take a stand. You either single in horizontals or you key first in the exotics. And I'm opting to do both here with my keyed trifecta. So I think that Izzy the Oro is probably a scratch. So I'm keying what I think could be controlling speed here. And throwing every other horse I think might be worth a damn underneath in a keyed trifecta. And that's going to be, of course, the 1 King Max that Barry mentioned. The number 2 At Last for Graham Motion. And then I'm going to use the number 8 Highest Distinction for Lindsay Schultz. So that's my pressed opinion. It's going to be the 3 over the 128, 128 in a $5 trifecta. Barry, at least I'm not win betting the chalk.
Yeah, that's a plus. But my only knock on redistricting is the distance. I don't think this horse really wants to go that far. I mean, most of the time he's losing ground when going this far, and that's concerning to me.
It's fair.
As a 7-5 favorite,
I feel you. I feel you. Well, we move on to race 10. This thing keeps happening, Crystal, where we invite people on to do one of these shows. And with just the way things stack up in circumstance, the person we bring on literally gets to sit there in silence for about 30 minutes at a time. So we apologize because of how, chance happens. But we're on to your next play, race 10. You got another win bet in the 8 furlong Salvatore Mile, grade 3. We can still do that because it's okay to make fun of Italians. 8 furlongs, race 10. What are you doing?
Look, I played the chalk in this race. I found some prices in a few other races, but this wasn't one of them. So I took Bishop's Bay on top here for Brad Cox and Flavian Pratt. This horse exits a pretty strong race. The 4th horse in that race came back and won a $200,000 stake at Saratoga. Everything in that race is a stakes winner already. This horse won pretty nicely there on a rain-affected track. I like the adaptability in Bishop's Bay. Like we see, he can be all down and out speed. But he has won from just off the pace before, so I think Flavian's going to have some options there from the 9 hole if he needs them.
Well, Crystal leaning into number 9, Bishop's Bay. 4, was it? What did you decide? It was the Flav Cox or the Cox Flav?
Flav Cox.
Flav Cox. Yeah. The second one, now that I hear it, now that I play it back in my head, that's a little,
a little risque.
A little disconcerting. A little risque there. All right, moving on. Race 11. I've got a win bet. I've got an ice cold exacta. I'll kick it off. 8.5 furlongs, $150,000. Eatontown Stakes, grade 3 on the turf. I'm playing a $20 win on number 7, Whiskey Decision at 4-1 for Chad Brown with Sammy Camacho. I mentioned that whole Chad strategy. I don't think that's stopping here. I'm going to go ahead and hammer who I think will be the other Chad in the win pool. And because Chad wins everything, I'm betting an ice cold Chad exacta. I have the number 7 Whiskey Decision for Chad Brown with Sammy Camacho up as, guess what? Yeah, lone controlling speed in this race because I don't expect the 6 Damaso to actually be entered here since there's not a rider named. Given that Sammy Camacho choice and Pratt getting the other mount, the Pratt mount will get hammered. So we bet the other Chad who might be controlling this thing and go ice cold with the 1 Maggie Go who's shipping in from Argentina for her first North American start. So $20 win on the 7 Whiskey Decision, ice cold exacta, 7 with the 1. Crystal, you've got to play here. Race 11.
Yeah, I'm going to, I guess, take a new face to the training ranks, in Miguel Clement. Obviously not a new face, but the horse is just in his name now after losing his father 2 weeks ago. And Miguel's really hit the ground running with his runners so far. I'm going to use Ozara on top, a little Irish-bred filly. She looks to be the one to beat to my eye just on her numbers. She's freshened up here from the 26th of April. She overcame a bit of a speed bias 3 starts back to win from just off the pace off a similar freshening as well. So she obviously does well with that sort of bit of time between races. The main question is going to be the pace for me. She's not a deep closer, this filly, but she does do her best work with something to chase. And I'm just not 100% sure, especially with the scratch of Damaso, that we're predicting that she's quite going to get the pace to run at. But I think at 7-2, I'm willing to take a shot on her.
There we go. Win bet in race 11, the Eatontown Stakes. Crystal's swinging at the 3 Ozara. I was going for the 7 Whiskey Decision. Real quick, before we hit our final picks on this Haskell Preview Day card, got to get a word in from our good friends at Underdog. Because Underdog is going long for the NBA Finals with their extender bonus. Hop in game 1, and the longer the series goes, the bigger the bonus gets. Sign up with promo code SGPN to claim your special pick, plus first-time deposit offer of up to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code SGPN. And you've heard us talk about Rhythm before, and they just dropped a game-changing feature called Power Trends. These are AI-detected patterns where Rhythm's model has consistently won and has a high ROI. Think a strikeout prop that wins 59% of the time when the line and win probability hit a certain range. Power trends are updated daily and exclusive to Rhythm. No touts, no noise, just clean, data-backed bets. Download the Rhythm app, check out Power Trends, and start betting smarter. You know we will be. Get your 7-day free trial, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. Don't forget, we're brought to you by MyBookie.ag. Head to MyBookie.ag, promo code SGPN for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. That's MyBookie.ag, promo code SGPN. If you excuse me, I need to get a brief rehydration interlude in. So smooth. All right. You know what? Actually, I get to set this up. Pretty happy to do this. The time of the show has come where we have held back our most tastiest of morsels to get you out of the door at the end of the day with a little bit of profit in your pocket. That's right. We are talking about bailout bets. As soon as I find that Denzel clip, son of a bitch, there it is.
Leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
Crystal, you saved a bullet of your original $100 bankroll for race 12, the 8.5 furlong, $100,000 latest secret stakes. What are you doing here?
I did. Not super imaginative. I'm going to jump on the Chad Brown train with you. Let's use Oculets on top. This mare, she hasn't won since she won the Oaks here 2 seasons ago. But I think she's going to get the setup. I think there's a good amount of speed in this race. She's a mare now that's shown she can pass horses if she needs to, as like the Monmouth Oaks there you just highlighted. She came well off the pace. That day she's proven on rain affected going, run a 90 buyer as her best on the rain affected track. She's 2 for 4 on the rain affected going. So she just tired a little bit there off the bench. Keeneland last time out, and a really good group of older fillies and mares there. Got a number of stakes winners ran in that race at Keeneland. Candied. I've seen her win a bunch of stakes, especially here at Monmouth as well. But she comes in here off a little bit of a rest. She's off since the 18th of April, and she came in when she won the Oaks. Here she came in fresh as well. So she's also won twice second off the layoff, this filly. So it seems like she's sort of a horse that needs one and then really fires that second time off the freshening or the layoff.
I like it. I love playing. I love going against like trainer patterns where it's like, okay, they do this second off of the layoff. I like, let me see what the horse does well. That sort of thing. I always really like that angle. Let's see. Dennis Trusty, more Junior Mafia popping off in the chat here. Which is more likely to hang on to a placing here, Into Amore or Dream Concert? Are we still talking about the same race? Yep. Oh, that's tough.
Yes, sir.
Who do you think, Barry? You know what? Get to your bailout bet. Get to your bailout bet. Who you got?
Yeah, my bailout is in the same race, obviously the last, the 12th, and I'm going with number 7, Majestic Oops. I think those races at Oaklawn were a lot tougher than a lot of what these horses have been facing, minus Gunsong. But I think Gunsong is going to have a lot of opposition up front early, which kind of could open it up for a horse who's going to get a good trip like Majestic Oops. Should be stalking this hot pace up front, get first run. If that happens, I think it's Good Night, Irene.
Ooh, to what was it Louis said the other day? That's an Irene reference here on the Notorious OTB. He's Barry, she's Crystal, I'm Chase. All right. Guys, that's all I can say here is I'm gonna go with Crystal here and just go ahead and lose my no chalk zone card. I'm like losing my rights to the Property Owners Association.
Done.
Like I'm not gonna be able to use the pool anymore.
Nothing. Shut off, son. Completely.
Yeah. Like I put a direct TV dish on my roof, the POA Not happy about it. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Colt here. That's my bailout bet, the one. Barry, how do you feel about wrapping up picks?
I feel like we have to.
Yeah, is mandatory. Is how that works. Let's go, Barry. I'm going to let you lead us off.
All right. So in race 3, we got a $10 daily double, the 7 Bob Mo and 9 Virtuosity with the 1 I Feel Lucky tonight in race 4. Race 6, we have a $10 daily double, number 5 Optical Bijou and number 6 Pogi with number 2 Dracon in race 7. Race 8, $30 to win on number 4 Valentinian. Race 9, $30 to win on number 1 King Max, and the bailout selection number 7 Majestic Oops in race 12. Let's go cash. Go stand in line already.
What says you, Flavor Crystals?
I just played the 4 win bets. Race 4, obviously, number 8 Denying at 3-1. I feel like that horse is going to maybe drift out a little with the surface change and everything. So hopefully we get a little more value than that. Race 10, we're going to take the 9 on top, Bishop's Bay. I think that horse is a single, honestly. I think he's going to be very tough in there. Race 11, the Eatontown, we took Ozara at 7-2 for Miguel Clement. And in the Get Out Stakes, we took the 1 Oculate, 2-1.
There we go. And here are my $100 budget bets for this Saturday. Monmouth Park, race 4, $10 win. Number 2, race 6, I'm going to go with a $10 win on number 6. Race 8, we've got a $10 Ice Cold Exacta 3-8 and a $10 Ice Cold Daily Double 3-3. Race 9, we're pressing that opinion with the $5 Trifecta 3 over the 128, 128. And then race 11, we're going to play a $20 win on number 7. We're playing another Ice Cold Exacta for $10, 7 with the 1. Crystal, it's been lovely. So what day is your birthday? Has it already passed?
Oh,
coming up?
Birthdays.
It was Saturday, the 7th.
Nice.
All right. Well,
Happy
very
birthday.
belated happy birthday.
Thank you, gang. Thank you.
Yeah. What do you got on deck for us today? What are you doing?
What's going on for the rest of the day?
Yeah.
Just trying to get some of this work for tomorrow a little more in depth. You know, I've just kind of done the first pass, you know, over the PPs, but just gotta find stuff to talk about for the rest of the day.
I understand. Well, hey, Crystal, I know you've got work to do, so I'm going to keep you here for a really long time. Tell me all your feelings about your feelings. That's going to do it for us here at the Notorious OTB. Barry, what do you think? Has it been a magical week? It feels like a magical week. It feels like a weird week. It's been a weird week.
It has been, you know, from me being sick to all the problems with StreamYard and Crystal Conning's biggest fan watching today. So we got a lot going on. Dennis Trusty.
Love it. Hi, Dennis.
Yeah, there he is.
And he held his tongue and didn't call me ugly once this time.
See? So he deserved that. He deserved the shout out.
I told him, I said, motherfucker, I got the rugged face that America loves. What are you talking about? All right.
That's rugged? What?
Yeah, weathered. You can tell by the tan. Like I've been out in the sun, probably in the desert a lot. You know,
are you trying to change people's focus with the chains? Is that what it's about?
Yeah, I'm trying to bring it to my plunging neckline. All right, that's gonna do it for us here at the Notorious OTB. We will see you next week, bright and early, Monday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. God's time. We love you. We will see you then. Let's find the note that we're gonna send ourselves out on.
Ladies, my Mercedes.